It's time for business with our partners 2degrees. We've got a weak economy and we've got about a week to go before the Reserve Bank weighs up what it'll do about the OCR. Garth, Bray, BusinessDesk. Good morning, Garth.
Good morning, Ryan.
First of all, we had some jobs data out for August and it was good, but we also had some revisions.
Yeah. So I think about 0.2 month on month, which is good, but down about 0.7 year on year. I mean, the bright spots, if you're looking for them, were that we sort of saw, we did see some gains there. And I guess Canterbury in particular was up 0.6. So you're sort of seeing some growth in those regions. And healthcare and social assistance up 1.7%. So, good jobs in nursing and so on.
Okay, maybe that's why we're seeing some of the targets being inched ever closer to from Simeon Brown this morning.
Yeah.
Southern Cross, staying on health, paid out a record number of claims. Geez, there's a few hips and knees out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is 1.7 billion paid out for 3.8 million claims, which was a record year. Obviously, that's hit its books somewhat. They were talking about quite a heavy deficit there. I think a $5.69 million deficit for health insurance. They offset that a little bit with about a $13.9 million surplus that they got from investments they're making, but effectively they're digging into the reserves to pay people at the moment. That's not a sustainable situation. So you've got to wonder, is that going to start to hit premiums and start pushing things up? Reading into their report, they seem to be saying, well, we're going to try and target the 15% inflation that we're seeing in medical procedures and so on. Obviously, they want to try and push those costs down, so you can expect that they'll be bargaining much more aggressively with the 2,500 odd providers that they get. And there's a line in there about basically, from what I can see, trying to use more AI and app-based interactions to try and get things across without losing the personal touch, as they say, but effectively just trying to make things a whole lot cheaper to run in the future so that they can afford to try. They're also saying, CPI dropping, interest rates dropping should ease the cost of living pressure, which for me sounds like code for we think people will be able to afford the cuts that we do put through. Yeah.
And Garth, RBNZ, as we said, next week we'll get a decision. What are they saying? Double whammy? What are we expecting?
Probably about a 20% chance of a double whammy. 50 basis point is where the market's seeing that at the moment, fully priced in a 25 basis point cut, basically on the idea that the recovery is just not coming and that we need something quite definite right now, and that really there's a shortage of kind of clear economic data about where things are going to go in the other than one survey that's out next week, so maybe they won't risk it. Interesting to see some of the banks. I think BNZ's already just announced a cut below 4.5% on a one-year rate at the moment. So some banks
that's sounding hopeful. That's sounding good. Garth, good to see you as always. Garth, Bray, BusinessDesk. Thanks to our partners 2degrees.